Good morning and welcome to the Start Your Day Positive podcast, your feel-good way to start the day. How about starting it off with something from Dolly Parton? Our quote for the day: if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. I love some Dolly to start the Friday off for us.
Hey, way to go, Dolly. It's good to have you joining us. I do want to mention this coming up. It will be our final movie soundtrack themed Whistle While You Win contest. I whistle a song, and all during the month of March, it's been a theme song from a movie. If you can guess it, you could win a $50 gift card to the restaurant of your choice, courtesy of a great podcast partner of ours, Wyatt Works Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric. But right now, let's get things rolling here. Right into your Friday with three things your friends and family may be talking about.
Okay, so NASA is aiming big with plans to build a long-term base on the moon backed by a $20 million investment. The effort is part of the Artemis program, which will return astronauts to the lunar surface for the first time since the Apollo era, with the goal of creating a place where astronauts can live and work. The timeline is moving quickly as the U.S. looks to stay ahead of China's own lunar ambitions, and there's a local connection. Cleveland's NASA Glenn Research Center is helping develop the nuclear power that could keep a future moon base running. So exciting.
Yeah, all of a sudden NASA has just said it's pedal to the metal. We're going to put a base on the moon, and we're going to start going to the moon on a regular basis, not like a once-a-year type of thing. It is interesting, and I'm sure most people can't exactly see the end game of setting up a base on the moon, but a lot of great inventions or innovations you didn't know until you know, right?
Well, that's true. I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard a lot of technology can be enhanced by some of the stuff they're able to do in space, and et cetera. So we shall see. It's above my pay grade.
Well, this is one of those stories that just makes you smile. A group of 7 dogs in China that had gone missing has gone viral after finding their way back home, walking more than 10 miles to reunite with their owners. A video shows the pack featuring a golden retriever, a Labrador, German Shepherd, even a tiny little Pekingese, all trotting together along a highway in freezing temperatures where nights have been dipping below zero. After days of searching, their owners were stunned to see them return, tired but safe, proving once again that there is something pretty incredible about that bond between people and their pets.
This is the real life Homeward Bound. Remember that movie from the 90s? It was one of my favorite movies about all the pets that got lost, and then they had to find their way back, and they all worked together. This is a real life Homeward Bound. It's so adorable.
They will have to make a movie about this story, and anybody that owns a pet, whether it's a cat or a dog, you know that feeling if they accidentally get outside and they're missing that feeling, that concern, and then that relief when they return to your home. So that's a great story.
And stretching out on a long flight may soon be easier, even in economy. United Airlines has announced a new option called Relax Row, a set of 3 seats that can turn into a couch so passengers can lie down. Travelers who book it will also get a mattress pad, blanket, and extra pillows to help them get comfortable. The airline plans to roll it out for long flights starting next year.
That's a really
that
good
sounds
idea.
Comfortable.
I mean, you know what? I like that because I'm a side sleeper and I can just picture that.
I do
that sounds great.
Remember, it's like the best feeling when you get a flight and it's not full, which hasn't happened in a long time. And then you can like have the whole seat. That's happened a couple times to me. We're like, you can have the whole row, honey, and like a red-eye flight. Yeah. And it's like, yes, thank you.
It is nice. You know what, too? And if you can even nod off and let that time disappear while you're snoozing for like 45 minutes. It's like you wake up and it's like, hey, an hour just went by. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I know. I just load up my iPad on long flights and watch shows, and it goes by so quickly. I mean, the stuff that they're coming up with to make you relaxed and be able to just have a seamless flight. You've even slept at an airport. Our trip last year, you took a nap in a sleep pod at the airport. That was wild.
Yeah, that was a neat thing. If you've never seen this before, we had a long layover after a transatlantic flight. We took a group of listeners to Greece, and I thought, you know what, if I could sleep a little bit, and I don't feel that comfortable sleeping at a bench in the airport. And I saw they had these sleep pods. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't extraordinary for an hour. It's like $30 or something like that. It's a little room that you go in, swipe your credit card. When you close it, you set the temperature, you set mood lights, and you set the music, and away you go.
You loved it. It
was fantastic. I would have easily, I've got to be honest, I could have done 2 or 3 hours. It was fantastic. But I do think what you're saying is right on the flights. A long flight, even an overseas flight like that, and we're taking listeners to Europe here this summer. There's so many things now. We're so blessed with earbuds, earpods, with loading stuff on a laptop or a pad or a phone. They've got the movies and many of the flights built into that it's a lot different, the experience. So you could really make the time go.
Sometimes I even enjoy flights, long car rides, where I know I'll just have time to catch up on shows and relax and things like that. So it's cool that United Airlines is doing this.
I want to take just a moment during the podcast and talk about an issue that I know is affecting a lot of people that are listening. It is the cost of health care. Article just popped up in USA Today, and the headline caught my attention. It says rising health costs push some middle-aged adults to skip the doc until Medicare. This is a reality. The Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, the subsidies that were helping many people get insurance that they could barely afford, have run out, and that has raised the cost of insurance for many people hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and it's just made it a no-go. What do you do in that situation? I'm so happy to tell you about our podcast sponsor. It's a ministry, Liberty Healthcare. Are you in a situation where you don't have health insurance benefits, or it's just costing you a fortune, just too expensive for the coverage? I want to introduce you to Liberty. It's not insurance, it's different. It's a Christian organization where members share the cost of each other's healthcare needs with an affordable monthly contribution. And it's growing so quickly in popularity for a number of reasons. First of all, there's the reality of the cost aspect. Secondly, it's just wonderful. You have so many choices. You can choose your doctor. You can choose your provider. It's never an issue. If you're looking for affordable health care, or you know someone who's paying a crazy amount right now, Liberty Health Share might be the answer you've been praying for. They're our podcast sponsor. They're doing a wonderful job. Why don't you give them a call? The website to get more information is libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org.
Whoa, tick-tock, whoa, the time goes so fast. It happened today, let's remember.
Well, today is March 27th, and we're taking you back in time.
All right, so quick question for you, quick quiz. Who are some of the explorers that you remember from history class? There's always some big names that are mentioned. Well, let's go back to the year 1513. Ponce de Leon discovered, at least for the Europeans, Florida. He named it Florida because he came ashore during the Easter season, which it is, and Florida means flowery Easter. Legend says that Ponce was searching for the Fountain of Youth. The legend of the Fountain of Youth had circulated in Spain, and it was fueled by tales of mystical waters that could reverse aging.
It's in Florida. It's in St. Augustine.
Oh, it is. It is. The mystical waters of the... Can you buy water
Ponce
from
de
there?
Leon. It's called Ponce de Leon's Fountain of Youth Architectural Park.
I didn't know he found it.
Well, I don't know. I just assumed that was what he did.
Yeah, I think they just name it in tribute of him.
But St. Augustine is so cool. At least I remember going as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been there as an adult.
Yeah.
So if you ever get a chance, St. Augustine in Florida is beautiful. And then you can see the Fountain of Youth.
That's right. Take a sip. It makes you eternally young.
Well, it's a sign of spring and national pride. 1912, the cherry blossom trees in Washington, D.C. were planted. They were a gift from the Japanese government.
That's always nice. That's beautiful. And who is celebrating a birthday today, Sarah? One of your favorites, Mariah Carey, turns 57 today. We know about Mariah's voice. Her overall vocal range is about 5 octaves.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. For anyone who sings, I know you sing, you just have to be blown away, right, by her vocal range.
Oh, yeah.
In honor of Mariah, here is her highest note. I want to play the note for you. It is a G7. So in your car or at home, wherever you're listening, see if you can hit it.
Oh, well, I'm certainly not going to try to hit that where anyone could hear me do that. That's super embarrassing. We won't do that, but I love it.
It's amazing. It's like
love Mariah.
It's like your head will explode, right? But that's in her big thing still, right? It's the Christmas album. That will always be
my favorite Christmas album.
And that will be, no matter what she's known for, still, she'll always be known for All I Want for Christmas Is You, for sure.
Yes, for sure.
It's encouraging, uplifting as I drive to work.
I just started smiling on the way into work, and it totally changed my perspective of the day.
Oh, I just love listening to Len and Sarah, and helps me get in the right spirits when I go to work in the morning.
Whistle While You Win is the name of the game. It's because of the Whistling Plumber. Wyatt Works, our partner. They do an amazing job. More on that in just a moment. Sarah, last week we had a winner. Our theme is movie soundtracks, but I'm not sure if I hit a few sour notes or something, because the answer was the theme from Indiana Jones. But I had a number of Star Wars and Supermans. And
really?
Yeah. Now, John Williams wrote all of those themes. The great conductor of movies.
So maybe you just hear a little bit in all of those?
That was it right there.
I could see how that could be like someone could say Superman right off the bat. Yeah,
right.
You're right. Okay.
So I decided that I would ask you if you would come up with the song that I'm going to whistle this week, and I think you came up with a great one.
I did. This is a classic, a movie classic. Okay. I think this one will be a little easier.
So what are we playing for? Those are just finding our podcast. This is a game we play every single week, thanks to our podcast partner, Wyatt Works Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric. Any need like that in your family, they'll take care of it. Wonderful company, WYATT.
It is a $50 gift card to the restaurant of your choice. You get to pick it. If you can guess the song, you will be put in a drawing, and one person who has the right answer will win this week. Could be you.
You'll be able to immediately tell this does not sound like Star Wars or Superman or Indiana Jones. A complete different vibe. See if you can identify this popular, famous movie theme.
Well, there you go. Do you know the answer? Just head to our website, startyourdaypositive.com, to guess the answer, and you could be our winner this week.
I live in a house that is almost 100 years old. They're great houses, but we were dealing with a backup of the sewer drain, and it turned out to be a much bigger problem.
That's Scott, a happy Wyatt Works customer.
My wife said, I just had a feeling when I heard the radio ad that these were some folks we needed to call.
So they called a son of a plumber.
When Brian came back to me, he showed me the options and said, we'd be honored to do this work. And that really struck a chord with me and told me, these are the people we need to work with.
We are the old home specialist.
You cleaned out that cast iron line and lined it and essentially create a new pipe. The solution was really fantastic because it avoided having to take a backhoe and dig out the entire front of my yard, which would include tearing out a front porch.
Wallakadoodle.
You did wallakadoodle it. You fixed my issue, and we couldn't thank you more for the work that you and your team did.
Well, you know what? I've been thinking about this. I think sometimes one of the most positive things you can do for your well-being is really lighten up on the pressure we give ourselves. Let me just go into that for a minute, because I've been thinking about this when it comes to health, right? Everywhere we turn, there's health tips, there's do this, do that, and we're inundated from really everywhere we look, from TV to social media to someone who saw something and it's telling you about this tip. Well, I heard about that. But sometimes I think healthy habits are usually the ones that fit into our real life. Like taking a walk because it feels good, moving our body, even if it's not a perfect workout, or giving ourselves grace if we miss a day, right? I love the reminder when it comes to health that it doesn't have to be perfect to still be good for you. Does that make sense?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's with the best of intentions, but there's so many feelings and emotions that can come along with that when you start to go down that path of that train. And pretty soon you start to be hard on yourself because you are not sure you're eating what you should be eating, or like you say, you missed a day, or you're wearing the wrong kind of fabric, or it can be any of those things. And what is intended to make you healthier sometimes doesn't make you healthier.
When healthy starts stressing you out, there's a sign, or maybe you notice that you're stressing other people out with all of your healthiness. Maybe that's a sign too. I know, because I've been there. I've been that person who really just built herself up to a stress ball with trying to be healthy. And I bring it up because there's an interesting conversation happening right now around wellness habits. I just read an article where a writer said she realized some of the things that she thought were helping her. They, like trying to follow the perfect workout plan, or constantly checking her fitness tracker, or, making sure she didn't have any of these ingredients in any foods ever. She said she actually discovered that those things were making her more anxious instead of healthier. Experts say that when we start chasing perfection with our routines, with perfect workouts, with perfect meals, with perfect consistency, it can actually trigger a stress in our body instead of improving our health. And that's where it actually becomes unhealthier to do something like that. Constantly monitoring every step, or every calorie, or every piece of this put into our body can sometimes put us into overthinking everything.
I'm just glad that you brought this up, honestly. And I know there are certain parts of your life personally that you went through this. And so I know that's why you're bringing it up with the best of intention. But everything you're saying, I've seen it before. And I think what I would say is, if you are in a normal situation in life, whether it's at the store or in a conversation or you're listening to an interview, and if you start filtering everything through whatever you're concerned about or worried about, that's a sign that maybe it's gone a little bit too far. Does that make sense? Like if everything you hear, you connect it to whatever, like you said, something you're eating or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like just give yourself some grace. The 80-20 rule, is something that, a doctor told me once, and I thought, well, that's pretty good. But not overstressing about certain things. I used to be that person.
I think it's the wisdom of Goldilocks. Okay, I really do, where it's usually found somewhere in the middle. The truth is usually found somewhere in the middle. So
that's right.
You shouldn't just ignore those things because that's too cold, or you shouldn't go overboard because that's too hot. And you're always looking for that part that's just right. And usually it's found somewhere in the middle.
You're so right.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like that constant reminder, health doesn't have to be perfect to still be good for you.
Yesterday was yesterday. Today's a brand new empty page. So hit reset and start your day. Positive with Len and Sarah.
Well, has it come up to a surprise to anyone else that Easter is only about a week away? I don't know. I was just talking to my husband about it the other day, and we're talking about Easter, and it's like, oh, that's next week. And I'm like, what? How did that? Where did March go? March flew by. So if you're like me and thinking, oh, goodness, Easter's right around the corner, I need to get prepared, you're not alone. And I'm here to help you out. It reminds you, candy time, if you're filling that Easter basket for your kids or for yourself, or, your Easter gathering, Sweetie's Candy right there in Cleveland in our backyard is the place to be. It's the largest candy store in North America. And it is amazing. All the chocolate bunnies and jelly beans and nostalgic candy, whatever you can think of, they have it.
Since my kids were little and now they're grown, I still make a basket for them. Building a basket there, it's really a work of art, and I love it. It's so much fun. I'm really actually thankful that Sweeties is in our backyard because it's superior. It's
Yes.
great. It's great.
And I love having them as a podcast sponsor. So I thought today we play another game because you know I love trivia. Actually, one of these days, it is my dream. We're going to do a trivia night for our podcast listeners because I feel like other people like trivia too. But let's do a little candy one again. I found some good questions. Number one, this is a game I'm calling True or No Way. So tell me, is this true or no way? Americans buy over 90 million chocolate bunnies each year. True or no way?
90 million. I'm thinking 360 some million Americans. That's only one bunny for every four. Oh, that's definitely true. True.
It is true.
Yeah.
Very good. 76% of people eat the ears first, too, by the way.
Okay.
All right. Next question. Jelly beans were once used as a snack for soldiers during wartime. True or no way?
Oh, boy. Jelly beans, you pop them in. There's different flavors. You're stressed out on the front line. I think that's got to be true. True. Yeah.
Yes, it is true. So
Yeah.
they were sent to U.S. soldiers during the Korean War because they don't melt and they travel well.
Good.
And there's like a million different kinds of jelly beans. So
Yeah, no, that's good.
You get your pick. Okay. True or no way, Peeps were originally made by hand and took over 24 hours to create. True or no way?
You know what? The 24 hours seems like a long time, but I saw one of those shows on TV, How It's Made, and they did one on Peeps, and they used to take a super long time to make. I'm going for another true here. I know that's 3 trues in a row, but I'm going true.
It is true. I thought that one would get you. Back in the 1950s, before machines, it did take them that long, but now, of course, it just takes minutes. Okay, last one. Cadbury eggs are only sold during Easter because they can't be made year-round. True or no way?
Can't is a pretty strong word. They can't be made. That's pretty strong. But you know what? They all can't be true. That has to be false.
It is no way. Yes, they make them year-round, but they keep them seasonal on purpose to make them special. And
Special.
So, because I don't really see them out anytime other than...
I'm glad they do it that way. I think that makes it special.
Yeah, it does. And of course, Sweeties has all the Cadbury eggs and Easter bunnies, chocolate, white chocolate, dark chocolate, anything you can think of. Anything. They also have these big popcorn bunnies that
Those are cool.
Very cool and good. And like I said, it's the biggest candy store in North America. We love having them as a podcast sponsor. And you can get all your Easter candy there.
And if you've never been there, it's so easy to find. You travel down 480, take the Ridge Road exit, look up in the sky. There's a giant lollipop. Just follow the giant lollipop on Brook Park Road, and you have arrived at Sweeties. Hey, springtime has arrived. This is the time where you open up the windows and let fresh air in. That should be a joyful experience, not a frustrating one where you're going, I can't get these old crusty windows open. Or you open it and then you have to wedge something in there so it stays open. I mean, that's just the way it goes with older windows in your home. If replacing your windows is on your to-do list, then the only question is, can I afford to do it, and who should do the work? We're going to recommend our podcast sponsor. It is Universal Windows Direct.
Yeah, right now you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. The more you upgrade, the more you save. Plus, you're going to get 24 months with no payments and no interest. That's 2 full years to enjoy the comfort before paying a dime. And they're offering a $500 bonus off your home improvement project. So what are you waiting for? Call them today. They'll come out and give you an in-home estimate, a free in-home estimate.
You know what? You'll see those signs popping up in people's yards like spring flowers that say Universal Windows Direct. That means another satisfied customer. Go to the website, schedule an appointment. It's universalwindowsdirect.com, and you'll agree with us. You'll say, oh, I'm so happy. I love my windows.
As you head off into your Friday, just a reminder, we'll be back on Monday for a brand new episode. But the song that Len whistled earlier in the episode, do you know what it was? Don't forget, startyourdaypositive.com. You could win that $50 gift card, and I hope you have a fabulous Friday and weekend.
Yeah, important weekend. Of course, Sunday is Palm Sunday. And everyone knows the story in the Bible where Jesus was greeted with the shouts of Hosanna with the palm branches and all of that. So it's really a good time for us to think about how Jesus has made a difference in your life and in my life. So that's the prayer today. Heavenly Father, as we begin Holy Week starting this Sunday, I just want to say thank you for Jesus and thank you for the gift of this time of year. And Lord, let us reflect on that and the meaning it has to us as we go on into the week. Have a great weekend and get rest. Be at peace. In Jesus' name, amen.